Let us critique and make fun of the Biden administration again.
Why not?
Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Check this out. All right, so let's see. Hold on, let me get some volume.
Situation at our southern. I wanted to provide a brief update on the situation at our southern border.
Oh, do
After
update
4
us,
years
please.
of an immigration system rooted in destructive and chaotic policies.
Excuse me? Wait. After 4 years of an immigration system that was chaotic? Wait, how? And what?
President Biden is taking the challenge head on and is building a fair, orderly, and humane immigration system.
Okay, wait. Hold on. She's claiming...
That's our objective.
It's even worse.
After
Hold on.
coming into
Continue.
office, our administration immediately jumped into action to address
yeah?
the influx of migrants at the border, something that began during and was exacerbated by the Trump administration.
I'm sorry, what? You're saying it started during the Trump administration and got worse during it? I'm sorry.
It's
Wait a
weird
minute.
revised narrative. if I've ever heard
Hold
one.
on. Okay, I'm sorry, Miss Zaki. You're absolutely wrong. Who built the cages, Joe? Remember that delicious line from the debates? Yeah, who built the cages, Joe? It was not Trump. No, in fact, he was actually stopping a lot of the terrible immigration, building the wall, closing down the migrant facilities, or as you like to call them, cages when Trump was in office. When in fact it was Obama's administration that made the cages. Well, guess who made the problem worse? That's right, it was Biden. How did they even get these shirts? Biden, please let us in. He even said, like, I'm going to give full amnesty to these people. They even admitted we are going to the states because Biden said he's going to let us in.
Yeah, but not that many, right? I mean,
Doesn't matter.
no. I
How
mean,
many?
Did you see
how
how
many?
Did you see how many?
Look at
Remember
this. More than 170,000 migrants taken into custody at the southwest border in March alone. Just March.
That's a
1
lot.
month. 170,000.
that? I mean, that's bigger than the population of a lot of cities. You
This
know?
is well,
Well, I mean,
smaller cities.
yeah.
You know, most cities are in the millions now, but
Yeah. Well, like Santa Cruz, I think it's like 50 to 100,000 people.
oh, okay.
So it fits. Like that's
But
a lot
even
of people.
still, this is insane. This is crazy
Yeah,
though.
I can't even believe it. Which is hilarious is that this was really obviously going to happen for a long time, and
Yeah.
and they're calling it migrant, but it's human processing facilities.
Yeah.
So they have had these. I mean, who built the cages, Joe? Is funny because honestly, it probably wasn't him. He probably got in there and started. He didn't come up with them. Like they've existed probably forever, right?
Dude, he came in. He got elected on saying we need to build a border wall.
Right.
We need to stop this disaster at the border, and was building the wall.
Wait,
In
Trump,
fact,
you're saying? Oh,
yeah, Biden stopped actually he stopped almost everything that Trump did.
Yeah.
And then now they're starting to continue the wall. They're like, maybe the wall's not that bad of an idea. Maybe we should actually
Yeah,
you know,
it's just- I mean,
finish
they're-
building
he's-
the wall,
he's
and they're
doing-
actually going to start finishing the wall now.
It's just weird how he's taking credit for all of these things that Trump was doing. I mean, it's
Is it though?
Because he's-
is it
'cause then
really
he-
weird?
well,
or
it's
is
just-
that what they do?
It is what they do, but it's funny because he's trying to take, it's like accountability we were saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So he's taking credit for other people's actions and works, and
Just like his
not-
State of the Union address when he was like, you know what? It's such a shame that these pharmaceutical companies charge Americans so much money. And it's like, dude, you literally ended the executive order that Trump put in last year that made it illegal for these pharmaceutical companies to do that. And now you're complaining about it.
Well, you got to have problems to solve, right? So
What is that?
like,
I know,
may-
but they were fixed already.
right. That's what I mean. There's no reason to fix problems that are already fixed.
And
So break it.
she's claiming that it's the Trump administration that caused this issue. No. He actually was able to close a lot of these so-called cages, these migrant facilities. Now we have Vox coming in. Biden's controversial decision to reopen temporary shelters for migrant children explained.
Look at
I don't
those
need this
crazy-
explained to me. This is his problem that he created. Now he has to open more because people are pouring in. The government, the American government is essentially adopting kids
Yeah.
and indoctrinating them. They're building schools down there and putting them into schools. And guess what? I'm sure what they're teaching them.
Secret agent stuff.
Critical race theory,
Oh
dude.
yeah. Well, the CIA loves that too now.
State-sanctioned racism. Thank you, Dr. Carlin B. She told me Christopher Rufo, I guess, came up with that, but it's basically
It's
what
true.
it is.
Yeah.
But that's what they're gonna do.
Well, they need pets for their pet causes, and so it's really sad. But it's like if anyone were to be independent and not need any help, then they would have no reason to exist.
Right.
So it actually helps them to perpetuate violence, poverty, racism, especially sexism, especially.
They need a new minority
there's-
to basically use.
In feminism, there is a word called kyriarchy.
Curiarchy.
Kyriarchy.
Go
and
on.
so I think it was basically the idea is that you can divide a unanimity, like a whole group, into as many parts as it takes to make an individual out of everyone. So there's no majority. And so this way you can take, so there's, we're both men, so,
Okay.
but there's a woman. So now it's split in half, but we're different men because I'm from California and from Illinois. So we can be split up into smaller and smaller controllable factions.
Yeah, divide and conquer.
Identity politics using kyriarchy is like the method of destruction of the entire civilization.
Can we just realize that we're all human beings with feelings and
Yeah.
problems?
You
Everyone's got problems, and guess what? No one cares about your problems. Not talking about you, but like in general, right? I mean, you just
Well, people care about
you can-
problems, but
to an extent, their own problems,
Right,
though.
exactly.
Most people are busy worried about their own stuff in
Yeah.
life. So that it's like, look, dude, I got my own problems to deal with.
yeah.
I can't deal with your problems.
There's a collectivity issue there, though, because not everyone can. I mean, first off, a lot of problems affect a lot of people at once.
Yeah.
And a lot of people's solutions are cause a lot of problems for other people. So the problem with this dictatorship of the majority oppressing the minority, which is what a democracy is, it's a dictatorship where
Yeah.
the mob oppresses the minority, is it removes all rights because rights are up for discussion. So
Right.
there's no inalienable rights, and also self-determination is completely off the table.
A quick reminder that we are not a democracy.
Yeah.
We are a democratic republic.
Democracy is a gun. Democracy is a weapon.
Yeah,
So
and
you
in
bring
fact,
it to Iraq.
they don't want a democracy because a democracy is majority rules.
Right.
Period. No exceptions.
Yeah.
A republic, even the smallest minority has a say. That's good. We need that kind of a system. That's what the Electoral College does. It allows the smaller states to have a say.
Yeah, we have to be very careful with democracy. But in general, there's a lot of better systems already. A democracy comes from this logical fallacy that you have logical populace, and also worse,
Good point.
you have an informed populace. And
Also a good point.
neither of those things are true if you can control all of the media, which clearly they can because we've seen how that works. I mean, then what you're stuck with is you're stuck with people that are emotionally reactionary. And so emotionally reactionary people are very easy. A person's hard to control. People are very easy to control.
Yeah.
You can maneuver people in different directions. So, Edward Bernays, obviously, The Century of the Self. talks
Excuse
about
me. Constitutional republic. Thank you, chat. You're right. We're a constitutional republic.
that. Yeah, that's
Not a democratic republic. Yeah, it's a
Absolutely.
constitutional republic. You're right, chat. Thank you. That is very true.
And we use democratic mechanisms that we ought not to often. Like there's way better things we could use, and this is another thing is over time, what evolves are generational wealth. And so they're invested in a place. So we're becoming kind of like Rome, not for, not for any other better reason than the people who care have to have their generations in history and in the future. And they have to have a say or a stake.
Yeah.
And so there's no reason to buy anyone off at that level. So that's what ends up happening is oligarchy naturally rises from a democracy. And democracy is essentially anarchy in that sense. Like if you
That's
think,
what they want.
yeah,
isn't it?
well, of course, the world is technically an anarchy. Like according to political science theory, what you have is a bunch of states which don't have, theoretically, they don't have like a top.
Yeah.
And so no country, every country is a rising up anarchistic sovereignty, and each sovereignty is sovereign against itself. So we
Okay.
live in an anarchy until we have a full new world order,
Well, that's a frightening premise.
and that's about the CIA.
Should we move on?
Oh, we could keep going, but everything is about the CIA. today.
No, I just wanted to make fun of the Biden administration a little bit because they claim it's Trump's fault, and
Just
I
calling
think
them out. That's all you're doing.
I am. I'm just critiquing
Krigler
the
teaking.
president. That's what I'm doing, and their administration. If I get in trouble for that, that's a problem, and that says a lot more about the powers that be than me, I'd say.